Hi class, welcome to week 13 of BUAD 301. This week is an online week and we're going to be discussing your executive summary assignment. But before we do jump into your executive summary assignment, I want to skip down to your number 4 task to complete this week, which is downloading your new syllabus under the files and attachments for this week, which is located right here. It's also at the top of Titanium as well too. The new updated syllabus is right here as well. You will see it was updated on April 12th, 2018. So this syllabus is the same as the one under your files and attachments for this week. There were two changes that were made. The first change was I went ahead and I pushed back your case analysis number 3 1 week. So we won't be introducing it today. We will be introducing it next week during our live class, but you will not be taking it during our live class. Since it's going to be our business presentations that week. It will be a take-home case analysis number 3. In addition, I know there are a few of you who may still be waiting for your case analysis number 2 to be graded. I will have those graded over the next few days. Getting sick last week kind of took a little toll on me and I wasn't able to finish them last week, but I will have them done over the next few days, which is why I went ahead and I pushed back your case analysis number 3 to complete. You won't have to worry about completing it during this week. It will be introduced next week again during our live class, but it will be a take-home case analysis. In addition, I also added in our brochure due date, which is due on May 12th. That is requirement number 5 for your Research City project. So if we scroll up to week 3 and open up your Research City project, you'll see your brochure is requirement number 5, which is going to be due on Saturday, May 12th. But we will go ahead and talk about your brochure in a couple weeks. I'll introduce that assignment. So let's take a quick look at the changes that were made. So let's go ahead and scroll down and you'll see the two changes that I made. The first one is for your case analysis number 3, which is highlighted in blue here. It was in week 13. This time we're going to go ahead and introduce it during week 14, which will be next week during our live class meeting, which will be group presentations as well during class. So as a reminder, make sure to dress in business casual attire, but it will be a take-home in-class writing assignment. In addition, I added in the brochure due date, which is right here on May 12th in class. But we'll go ahead and review the brochure in a couple weeks during week 15 right here. You'll see in orange here, brochure review. So let's go ahead and take a look at your executive summary assignment. So your executive summary assignment is going to be due on Friday, May 4th. You would just click right here and upload your submission here. And downloading your executive summary assignment, you could click on this link. Let's go ahead and take a look at the executive summary assignment. So again, it's going to be due on Friday, May 4th. Make sure to upload to Titanium by 11:55 p.m. So as a business student, make sure to review the California State University Fullerton Library Database System and select a business journal. It could be any business journal, journal of management, any one that you may find necessary, and it could be maybe something that aligns with your major since you will have more interest in it. It could be a journal of accounting, finance, marketing, whatever your major is. I would suggest making sure that you write your executive summary on something that interests you. So searching the university database, find an article using either ProQuest, EBSCOhost, or any other choice, which could also even include Google Scholar. Select an article related to a business topic you may be interested in. The article must be at least 5 pages long and the subject of interest that you prefer. Some examples you can search for may be social media marketing, finance and digital business, accounting in the digital age, or anything else that interests you. So let's take a quick look. If you go to, let's say, Google Scholar, don't use Google because Google Scholar is a bit different from Google. It only pulls up published and credible sources. So let's say I want to write on something regarding marketing and social media. And you can see there are quite a bit of publications that come up. Oh, here's one on investigation of social media marketing. How does the hotel industry in Hong Kong perform in marketing on social media websites? So, this could be an article that you can use as well too. There's so many different articles. Digital marketing and social media. Why bother? So when you click on these, you will have different articles that you could view. Your school library database, you have access to all these different articles using the database at fullerton.edu for their library. Now, you won't be turning in this article, so it's almost like a good faith kind of project. I want you to make sure you pick an article that is at least a certain amount of pages. We're looking at about 5 pages long. This will actually help you, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail. So don't worry about turning in the article if you can't print it or upload it. Don't worry about it. You're only going to be turning in this executive summary assignment. So you're going to complete an executive summary. Make sure to identify the author, article title, journal, and date of publication in your executive summary. Give an explanation what the author intended to do in the study or article. Summarize 3 or 4 of the most important findings of the study or article. Summarize any recommendations made, even include a conclusion statement. So your purpose, this is to understand the purpose and structure of an executive summary, to be able to analyze, interpret, and summarize relevant information in a formal report, and to develop writing skills necessary in a formal report. Now, your executive summary, an executive summary is a document in a business report that discusses what's in that business report. It's almost like a Cliff Notes version of what the report discusses. For example, when I worked at the .com, I would complete quarterly marketing reports that I would give to our CEO of the company in a meeting. And the CEO would be handed this 100 to 200 page marketing report for the quarter, discussing so many different things. But the CEO would just go to the executive summary and read the executive summary, because the executive summary discussed what we did for marketing, if it worked, what was our return on investment, how much were our sales numbers, so that way we can compare it to the marketing numbers of spend. So it's just a one-page report discussing what's in that larger report. So student outcomes and measures. So students will assume a role of an assistant to an executive or manager and be able to provide summarizations of formal reports. They will learn how to analyze, interpret, and summarize formal reports to their direct supervisor in a concise and tactful executive summary. So think of it. It may be very difficult to get 5 pages of information into 1 page. So that's why it's important to make sure to only pick the most important items and making sure that you're writing concisely. Just like in business writing, you need to make sure you write concisely. That way, your information you have still gets the point across, still uses complete sentence, but the information is concise. It's not your regular long typical sentences. Students will assume a role. Oh, excuse me, I went over that. Your guidelines. Your current executive summary may not exceed 1 page. It is 1 page maximum. It should be almost, if not 1 page. You do not turn in your article you choose. Again, do not turn it in. Executive summaries are standalone reports. They should make complete sense without reference to any outside source, including the original source. Executive summaries do not contain quotations, references, or examples. They merely present the key concepts of the argument made in the original source. Executive summaries are flawless. They impress by presenting no visual conceptual barriers in the document. Use your own words. Do not copy text from the article. Make sure you use your own words, because you're going to need to do that in order to fit all the information that you need to fit. Do not write a memo or letter. Just center a heading at the top of your paper, write executive summary, and in a left or right top margin, type your name and date. Use 1-inch margins all the way around, size 11 or 12 font. Single space, leave 1 blank line between paragraphs. Spell check and proofread your work carefully, and make sure to write in the third person. Do not write in first person. You'll be evaluated on the class rubric, the CLASS criteria, and how well you address the topic, how literate your document is, how aware you are of your audience, and which strategies you employ to reach the reader, and what kind of tone you adopt that end. So remember, your business writer handbook has examples of executive summary. You can also even Google executive summary examples just to kind of get an idea. So remember, yours is going to be only one page maximum. You could kind of see, here's a good example right here. It has executive summary at the top. You don't need to make your title that big. But it talks about what the article discusses or what the report discusses. Then it has some bullet points on what the plan is divided from this article. Then it talks a little bit about a few more bullet points. So very simple, easy to do, but it's a pretty easy assignment, but it takes a long time to complete. So make sure you give yourself enough time to complete the executive summary. And if we go back under week 13, there's also tips on writing an executive summary that I included for you as well too. So contents. So what to include? So include the purpose, what the report, article, book does, maybe what the report examines or what the author discusses. Only include the essential points, the conclusions, and results. So leave out opinions. Executive summaries do not have any opinions. You should not put anything that describes what you feel about the article or what your opinion is about it. Do not talk about certain examples, backgrounds, jargon. Don't use quotations. It's really just talking about what the article discusses. So the process of it, read the material and highlight the main points. So when you find your article, read it and highlight any main points you come across. These could be headings, maybe bullet points that you see. Watch for keywords and make sure you highlight them. And watch for words that indicate main points, such as maybe if the article discusses a process that they did and they said, well, first we did this, second we did that, next we did this. That's probably something you're going to need to include in your executive summary. Watch for words that include non-essentials, words announcing opinions such as I think, I believe, or in my opinion, and organize the information into a draft summary. Read through the draft and delete what is unnecessary. Be sure you've included the results, conclusions, and main ideas. So it may be good to write more than one page, maybe to have a couple pages, and then you could take out information that you don't want to use, because it's always easier to take out information or reduce the copy that you're writing about rather than trying to add in information. And don't piece your summary together from thinly disguised quotations from the text. In other words, don't copy. Rather, your summary needs to read smoothly and the sentences should be logically connected. Do not use quotations, even those enclosed in quotation marks, in your summary. Paraphrase. Paraphrase what the quotations talk about. If you do discuss something that the author discusses, paraphrase it. You need to put your edited version in your own words. If the author is someone besides yourself, put the edited version, which is your executive summary, in your own words. Do not plagiarize. So when you find an article, it's going to be very easy to do. So let's say I found an article on, let's say, product A, B, and C. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write executive summary. I'm going to center this. I will put my name, the date, so what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm talking about, let's say I work for a big, there was an article written on product ABC, and product ABC used digital marketing. The marketing team used digital marketing to promote product ABC, and they did a test to see how well it worked. So what I might do is, if the article is, let's say, 10 pages long, I have to fit all this information into one page. So I may have an opening paragraph discussing product ABC. Oops. Sorry, my spelling is off today. I'll just use the easy way. So opening paragraph discussing product ABC and how digital marketing will be or was implemented. Social media for this product. So yeah, wow, why am I having difficulties spelling product? So you may have an opening paragraph. Let's say it's going to look something like this. And this paragraph discusses product A, B, and C and how social media was used. So maybe they used 3 different types of social media marketing. So then your next paragraph will be, maybe you're going to write one sentence. Or write short paragraph discussing the 3 different social media outlets used for product ABC. Oh wow, this is actually too funny. I can't spell product today. So maybe you can say the 3 outlets used were Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So then you may list the 3 products here. So you're going to talk about how it was used in Facebook. I bet you all are laughing by now with the fact that I cannot spell product. So how product ABC was used in this outlet. So maybe it's a couple sentences long. Then you go into Instagram and you discuss what the article discusses on how this product was used in Instagram. And then you have Twitter. And you may want to bold these titles. And you can even put a heading up here. Social media outlets used for marketing. And then after you discuss that, you may want to talk about, see, these might be a little longer. You may want to talk about the results of marketing efforts. You may write one paragraph discussing the results of the marketing efforts for product ABC. Or maybe it's 2 paragraphs because a lot of information was discovered. So if you're looking at writing 2 paragraphs, it will look something like this. And voila, there you have it, your executive summary assignment. So again, it could be based off of any article of your choosing, as long as it's a business related article, something that has been published. It could be even from the New York Times, a magazine, a book, whatever you feel would be necessary. Please stay away from uncredible sources such as Wikipedia or web pages. So that is your executive summary assignment, which will be worth 50 points. And that is going to be due on Friday, May 4th. It will need to be uploaded in titanium. I would highly recommend working on it this week since you don't have too much to do this week. It will give you some time to complete it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our syllabus one more time and we can look over our next few weeks of what we need to do. So you can see right here that your executive summary assignment is going to be due. You have 3 weeks to complete it. Actually 2 weeks, I believe, about. So make sure you give yourself enough time to complete it. During this time, you're going to also have to complete your case analysis, which is going to be due on May 4th as well. So you have a couple things that are going to be due that day. Don't let them bundle up, and don't try to complete them, a couple days before they're due. You're not going to have enough time. Make sure you give yourself enough time to complete it. So I wish you guys all the best of luck this week. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, all my contact information is up here. I'm really happy to see a lot of you texting me if you have questions, or even emailing me, whatever is easier for you. I wish you all the best of luck this week.